access allowed.
Welcome to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the App State Sports Network. Coming up, 60 minutes of Mountaineer football conversation and your chance to hear from head coach Dowell Loggains. Mountaineer Talk is brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi, grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. Now, to get things underway, here's the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Mountaineer Talk from Rivers Street Ale House. Great crowd on hand. Excited to talk some App State football here as we get ready to jump back into conference play this Saturday. The Mountaineers heading down to Georgia State, coming off that thrilling 27-23 win over Oregon State this past Saturday. Man, that was a lot of fun at the Rock this past weekend. Dowell Loggains is here. We'll talk to him in just a moment. His comments brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. Our player guest tonight will be Will Flowers from the offensive line, and Zyeir Gamble, one of the heroes at the end of the game defensively, caught that interception to seal the victory over the Beavers. If you want to be a part of our show tonight, you can use the hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. You can email us, mountaineertalk@gmail.com. Text line 828-278-9850. All right, Coach Loggains, welcome. How are you tonight?
Doing good. Glad
Always
to be here.
Always good to be here after a win, right?
Always.
Yeah. What have the spirits been like at practice this week?
Yeah, I mean, they were all obviously awesome this week just because of the way we won, the crowd, the energy that was in the game. And unfortunately, you got to close the page and close the book and go to the next page, which is Georgia State at their place. So it's always, like I said, we've said this a million times about when you win, they receive criticism so much better, and the energy's been great at practice this week, and we need to go do it again.
I don't want to make too much out of this unless you were willing to do so, but when you were talking after the game and in your press conference, it seemed like that day was more than just the result of the game because the stadium was sold out. You had a huge recruiting weekend. There was so much happening around, and then to punctuate it with a win, how big was that for, just a step in the growth of the program? Yeah,
I think it was, confidence is born through demonstrated ability. And that was the first time I really felt like our team was put in a position at the end of the game. It was the first really one-score game that we've been in that's, do we believe? Do we even believe in each other? And we fed off that crowd, and we fed off those former players that were there that almost got a 15-yard penalty for being out too far. And it might have been worth it at the time. But just, the look in their eyes, the way they finished the game, and it was more than just a win because we needed that win. Mm-hmm. We'd lost 2 games, and we were coming off a hard travel and lost a tough way to Boise State as well. But to come back and answer the way we did, that's how you build resiliency. I've said this. I believe it. As you build, you have to win. And you got to find a way to win the one-score games. And our kids' hearts were tested. Their courage was tested. Their resiliency was tested, and they answered.
Yeah, they answered in a big way. The defense with 2 amazing stops in that fourth quarter to preserve the victory. You mentioned the crowd. And, look, we always know that that was the 13th straight sellout. We know the atmosphere is great. But to see it all the way to the very end of the game.
6th largest crowd ever there, right? Yeah, yep. 6. So kudos to our fans. They showed up and stayed with us from start to finish because it's it's kind of the same way with our team. You start fast, you jump out to a lead, and then so it's exciting. And then you hit the lull the second, third quarter, and games like that are going to go the distance. And they're going to go the distance. And it was going to be a one-score game in the fourth quarter. I told our team going into the game, I go, guys, this is going to come down the last 2 series of the game. And you just knew that you're playing a good team. You're playing a team with a P4 budget and a P4 – there's a massive team, big team. And our guys knew, and they responded the right way when we needed to respond. They fought, but our fans those last 2 plays, if you don't think our crowd affected those last 2 plays and our guys fed off that energy, that was awesome. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, big time for sure. All right, moving forward, I know this question's going to come, so I'll address it now. How are you, without giving too much away, how are you managing the quarterback situation right now?
Well, both guys are cleared to play. And so basically what we're going to do is we're going to play the one that has the best week of practice.
Okay.
And obviously JJ played well, so much to improve. And AJ's been playing, and before he was kind of banged up and nicked up, he was playing at a high level. So both are cleared to play, both are a go, and we're going to play the one that gives us the best chance to win, and that will be determined on who has the best week of practice. And
I know one of JJ's best results from Saturday was not turning the ball over.
100%.
And to us, but what was your thought? It not only did not turn the ball over, didn't seem to really put the ball even in harm's way very much.
No, he didn't. He did a good job of just, and we said this last week of the show. We said if we tackle well, the key's the game. If we tackle well and we take care of the football, we're going to win the game. And we didn't turn the football over. We came close once late in the game, but we didn't. And so I think that's a big part of playing complementary football, 3 phases, playing together, and just taking care of the ball, be the point guard, manage the game, run the football well, run the football efficiently. And it also helped having Davion back.
Yeah.
It was a big, for him, that was big. For us, it was big. He just gave us a guy that could take the top off the coverage and caught a couple big plays in the game to create explosive plays. And we missed him on a 3rd touchdown pass that, that would help right there, and we ended up stalling out in that drive. But we had him open on another post and just overthrew him a little bit.
Yeah. Dominic DeFreitas is named Special Teams Player of the Week, hit 2 40-plus yard field goals. We knew kind of that special teams was going to be a factor because it had been going well for you, hadn't been going well for Oregon State.
Yeah.
But can you touch on just what special teams has been as an impact on the team? You got a turnover plus those 2 field goals. It was big on Saturday.
It was huge. Then the way – so it's a 3-0 game. We go down and we kick off and we cause a fumble and get the ball out and we recover it. Miles Farmer did a great job getting the ball out. We fall on it, and then we score. So then now it's 10-0. So it's complementary football. It's turnover with touchdown, and it's red zone offense, red zone defense, which we've needed to improve, and we're trending in the right direction in both those areas. And then for Dom, he hits the first field goal to make it 3-0. Then he misses one. So then now you got to see this freshman miss a field goal. Now how do you respond? And no doubt in our minds, I don't even think about it with Dom. Just have so much faith in him. I was like, hey, go. Like when we stalled right there, it was like, hey, kick it. I didn't think twice just because I have so much confidence in him. And I've seen him do it in practice. When we were going through the recruiting process with him, I put him on the phone with Cam Little, the Jaguars kicker, and he was with us at Arkansas, and we talked about resiliency and being able to go to the next play. And Dom did it, and he knew in that moment, as soon as he missed it, great, when after he hit the 49-yarder, we're on the kickoff, and everyone's going nuts. And he said, hey, guys, calm down. Next play. And I'm like, it's supposed to be us telling the freshman, hey, next play.
Yeah.
But for him to tell the group, and they're going nuts and going crazy, and he's like, hey, we're good. Let's go next play.
Yeah. And if you don't make that second field goal to make it a 6-point game, that goal line stand doesn't even have a chance to happen
Right,
at that point.
100%.
Yeah, so all right, we got a lot more to cover, including our game on Saturday against Georgia State down in Atlanta. We can't wait to see another great crowd of App State fans like we normally have down in Atlanta. And so we'll preview the game with the Panthers and get to your questions in our next segment. First Mountaineers, Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Just getting started here at River Street Ale House. Come on back for more of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge after these messages.
It's still standing. These mountains make us who we are, and Mountaineers are always up for the challenge on the gridiron and in the community. The Mass General Store is your connection for game day and giving back. So stop in for country gourmet tailgate foods and gear for all mountain seasons. With your support, the Mass Store is continuing to help mountain neighbors rebuild. Together, we are mountain strong. Learn more at massstore.com.
At North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, we believe that getting to know you is the best way to protect what you love most. We have friendly agents in every county to help you prepare for the unexpected. And when life doesn't go as planned, our award-winning claims team will be with you every step of the way. Find a local agent today at ncfbins.com. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
What does it mean to be first for teaching? First, we listen. First, we engage. First, we recognize potential. You have what it takes: the drive, the smarts, and the heart to be the kind of educator that changes and inspires lives. 2 million kids are waiting for you. But first, your journey starts right here. Be first. Be an App State teacher. Learn more at firstteach.appstate.edu.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real brewed tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
You're tuned into Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, time to hear more from head coach Dowell Loggains and your host, Adam Witten.
We're just getting rolling here on this Wednesday night. App State taking on Georgia State coming up on Saturday after their win over Oregon State. Mountaineers now at 3-2 on the season, jumping back into conference play to face the Panthers. All right, as promised, we're going to get to your questions for the coach. You can use the hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter. MountaineerTalk@gmail.com is our text or is our email address, and the text line 828-278-9850. Those of you watching on our Facebook live stream, if you have a question, just drop it in the comments section, and we'll get to some of these here in this segment. All right, let's start with our text line 828-278-9850. Texter says, Coach, have you ever been to the Center Parc Stadium, home of the Panthers?
I have not been there. I've not. I've been to the Falcon Stadium and been to Athens, but never been here.
Yeah. Well, you got to experience it in Charlotte, which is like a second home to us. You'll experience it in Atlanta, too. There'll be a lot of black and gold in that stadium.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Always is when we go down there. All right. Facebook question, Neil. How did you personally feel when you were able to absorb the entire experience here at The Rock? What did that feel like for you and the rest of the crew?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was, because it was just the way we won the game. And I keep referencing this, but the former players, the look in our guys' eyes, it was awesome. And we needed it. And I think our fan base needed it. And we needed to win that way. Everyone kept saying, like, hey, you guys, man, you're going to give me a heart attack, and you put us in cardiac arrest and all that stuff. I'm like, guys, we won in a perfect way. I wouldn't change a thing about it. Like, I wasn't enjoying it in the moment. It was stressful and hard, and I saw the look in our guys' eyes, but our guys need to be tested. They need to respond the right way. They need to be able to rely on each other and play complementary football for 4 quarters, and they did. Yeah.
I know it was tough to enjoy completely when you won the Charlotte game. Were you able to enjoy and savor it a little bit after Saturday?
More so than Charlotte. Charlotte, I was so frustrated after the game because I thought the game shouldn't have been as close as what it was, and I didn't think we finished. I thought we got up and we kind of relaxed a little bit. I thought the same thing a little bit in the second, third quarter of
Lindenwood.
Lindenwood, definitely in Lindenwood. I just think if Stroh catches that touchdown, that ball's a lot different.
Yep.
We didn't respond the way I wanted us to respond. And in Oregon State, it was the same thing. That flea flicker, it's going to be 24/7. And now you're talking about a team that's 0-5. Are they going to be resilient? They're in someone else's home field. Our crowd was amazing. They're probably sitting there saying, like, we don't get to play in front of all this. But, you just start putting doubt in people's minds. I still think there's an element of we can still finish better. That's why the way to win that game, the way we won the game, our team needed that. Because you're sitting there and you're not used to winning. We're trying to teach this team how to win and what it looks like to win. And sometimes winning means finding not the way to lose and to have more of a killer mentality and finishing. And when you got them on the ropes to finish them. And so I still think there's areas for improvement, but you only have a chance to do that if you win the games you're supposed to win.
Yeah. Natasha on our Facebook live stream, she's a loyal viewer of the show. Thank you for watching. Says, thank goodness we'll be in the same time zone for an away game. First road game in the Eastern time zone coming up.
Amen, Natasha. I'm with her there completely. Just the travel's hard. That Boise trip was hard.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hard trip. But how about you talk about that and our guys respond the way they did?
Mm-hmm.
To lose that game, the way we lost, the hard travel, and to fight, and they come out with energy as well. They were tired after that game and all the travel. We got back at 8 a.m. On Sunday morning, and our guys still brought great energy. So, and now, do we bring that kind of energy if that crowd doesn't look the way it does? Probably not.
Yeah.
So our crowd should take a lot of pride in showing up for us because they helped that win as much as the guys on the field. I'm telling you, the energy was real.
Yeah. And you push back your practice a little bit as a result of all of that.
Yeah, we kicked it back to Monday night just because the turnaround was so quick. We had to get caught back up on sleep. And if you don't get those extra meals, if you don't get the extra sleep time, injuries start to happen.
Yeah. Do you change at all the way that they're focusing on practice this week? I asked you a similar question leading up to Southern Miss, but knowing that we're jumping back into conference play now.
No, we didn't at all. We're still practicing in shoulder pads. It's still full pads on Monday, or on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we had shoulder pads on today. So we're not going to change. We're not to the point where we've learned how to practice well enough to take the shoulder pads off. And when I feel like we are, then we'll eventually go to helmets only on Thursdays, but we're not there yet.
Yeah. All right, we appreciate your questions. We got to get into a timeout, though, and talk about Georgia State. The Panthers are ahead on Saturday, 3:30 kickoff down in Atlanta. And if you missed it earlier today, it was announced that next Saturday's homecoming game is going to be a gold out. So make sure you wear your gold. We have plenty of apparel partners in town that can help you stock up and get your closet right to be ready for the gold out next Saturday for the homecoming game. One of those is Mountaineer Mania. Since 1981, they've been Boone's one-stop shop for all your App State gear. The largest selection of tailgating supplies, hats, and one-of-a-kind apparel. Mountaineer Mania has something for everyone. Alumni owned and operated. Make sure your next trip to Boone includes a visit to Mountaineer Mania. We'll return to River Street Ale House for more of tonight's show. It's Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge, and we're back after these messages.
Think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
From the training room to the sideline to the goal line, App Ortho has you covered. Performing advanced hip, knee, shoulder, and back surgeries in Boone, App Ortho offers same-day appointments and telehealth visits. App Ortho is also the official sports medicine and orthopedic provider for App State Athletics. Call 828-386-2663 to schedule your appointment or visit apprhs.org.
Discover awe-inspiring adventures in Boone, North Carolina. Fly fish in crystal clear streams, zipline through the trees, or carve fresh powder on the slopes. Discover cozy lodging options, charming shops, local entertainment, and a variety of culinary creations in a lively downtown. From high-energy adventures to peaceful getaways, Boone has something for everyone all year round. Can you feel the Blue Ridge Mountains beckoning? If so, come explore Boone.
Back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here on a Wednesday night at River Street Ale House. Great crowd on hand, eating some great food, enjoying some cold beverages, and hanging out while we talk App State football until the top of the hour. Coach Loggains' comments tonight brought to you by Blue Ridge Energy, powering a brighter future. Still to come tonight, our player guests, Will Flowers from the offensive line and Zyeir Gamble from the defensive backfield. All right, Georgia State is the opponent on Saturday. 3:30 is the kickoff, an East Division Sun Belt game for App State. Georgia State's coming off a close 14-7 loss to JMU that was tied at 7 in the fourth quarter. It was scoreless at halftime. It sounded a little bit like a broken record, Coach, but this appears to be the second straight week we're facing a team that maybe more of the product of such a tough schedule so far.
Yeah, unfortunately, right. You know, you start watching the tape, you see the record, and you start watching the tape, and you start to see a really good football team that's talented, that has real twitch. And so when you're white, it's different. When you played Oregon State, it was big, massive people, and now you see these guys, and you see the twitch, and so you start watching. Man, they're talented. Because when you first start watching, how I do it is, I'm watching cut-ups. I don't watch the game from start to finish. I watch all the cut-ups, and as the week goes, I start to watch games to see you're attacking their scheme, but then you're starting to get a feel of how their coordinators call games, and then you're watching, you're like, man, this is a good football team. But then all of a sudden, like, you're watching how, as good as JMU is, how they were able to control the line of scrimmage and play these guys that are a really, really good team, really talented team into a four-quarter battle. And you look at their schedule, and you're like, hey, this is a team that unfortunately has a really hard schedule that is a lot better than you'd really like them to be. But it's gonna be the same type game. It's gonna be a challenge. We're gonna get tested, and we're tested in a different way because they've got really good skill guys on offense, and they've got a D line that's can affect the game.
Yeah. So just for a little bit of a taste of what they faced schedule-wise, they played Ole Miss.
Yep.
They played Memphis, which is a team that's in the running for a playoff spot this year, potentially. They
just beat a SEC team in Arkansas.
Yep. Went to Vanderbilt. We know Vanderbilt's a good team this year, and that was also maybe a little payback from Georgia State beating Vandy last season. And then JMU. Those are their 4 losses, and the JMU game, again, 7-7 in the fourth quarter. You mentioned their defensive line. What did they do specifically to be able to contain JMU, which is a good offense?
Yeah, really good offense. 700 yards against North Carolina last year, and scored all those points, and were beating up on people this year. But they were able to control line of scrimmage, and they changed the fronts, they moved the fronts, on top of having good players that have real twitch. Like these are guys that aren't just big, but the twitch of the defense is impressive up front, and they've done a really good job recruiting.
Yeah. All right, so 2 quarterbacks have seen the field for them. TJ Finley's the starter. He's transferred in from a handful of different schools, but he's played at big-time programs like Auburn. Cameron Brown has also been in there. They're pretty intentional about using both quarterbacks. In what ways do they use them, and where can each be effective?
Yeah, so for us, we're not going to get caught as much in each one of them has strengths and weaknesses. For us, it's still about us. It's about eye discipline. It's about fitting the run the right way. It's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses, and really we take care of that stuff with scheme. And for our guys, is their jobs don't change. The calls change a little bit. So how we structure the game plan is different. But for the players, it's the same outside of, hey, this guy might run zone read better. This guy might be a better pocket passer. So the calls change. The defensive players' responsibilities don't.
Yeah, okay. We know special teams was going to be a big impact in the Oregon State game. How do you look at special teams in this one? JMU got them with a couple fake punts on Saturday.
This one has to be an advantage for us as well. And in games that are going to be close, that's why we spend so much time on special teams. It's something I believe in. It's why I hired Coach Crosby from the University of Texas, and he's done a great job to this point with our special teams. They've affected games in a positive way, and especially we all talk about the splash plays, but we've done a really good job. Statistically, we weren't where we wanted to be special teams wise, and it's really the penalties that hurt us. But we've started to clean that stuff up from a special team standpoint. So really happy with that. They need to be big in this game. We're always going to be aggressive on special teams. We're always going to have fakes up and ready. And we're always going to continue to do that, and we play our best players, and it's a priority for us.
Yeah. Speaking of the word priority, is it a priority it's always a priority to win games, but when you go into a place like Atlanta in the state of Georgia, which always is a big recruiting area for a lot of programs, how important is it to go down there, represent well, not just with hey, you're going to play in front of more of our fans at games like this, but knowing that this could be a big impact as people are paying attention in their own backyard?
Yeah, well, I think we've gained a lot of attention by beating Oregon State the way we beat them, and I think the vibe around our program is really good right now, and it's people see us as a team that's ascending and is growing, and isn't anywhere close to being a finished product. But you got to keep winning, and you got to keep stacking W's. So that's why it's important, because we're building, and we're at 3 and we need 4.
Yeah.
And this is the most important game of the season, because it's this one, and it will be a game that this is not a game that we're sitting here like we're overlooking. This is gonna be a hard game. We're gonna be challenged. We're gonna be challenged from a skill standpoint. They've got really good offensive skill guys. The defensive line's good. Like, this is a good football team that unfortunately doesn't have the record they want.
All right, if you had to distill it down to maybe just a few things, what do you think this one's going to come down to on Saturday?
Yeah, well, I always feel good about our ability to stop the run. But now we have to play the second phase of that, and we have to eliminate the explosive passes. We gave it 358 yards passing, and you can't let one team's best player go for 175 yards. And they've got a really good receiver. And we've got to do a better job of changing the looks, changing the scheme, and being able to adapt that way. We've got to do a better job stopping the RPO game. So that's going to be on defense what we need to do. On offense, it's going to be a lot of the same thing. We need to be able to control the line of scrimmage, run the football, be efficient in our play-action shots when we take them, and continue to do the things we were able to do last week when our quarterbacks were healthy, and that's move the pocket, change the launch point, do all of that stuff, and tackle well and take care of the football.
Yeah. All right. Sounds like a great game plan for Saturday. We'll look forward to it. Appreciate the time.
Absolutely appreciate
Enjoy
you,
the rest
brother.
of the week. It's Dowell Loggains joining us on the program. Stay tuned. When we come back, we will visit with our player guests, Will Flowers and Zyeir Gamble, both scheduled to join us before the show finishes up here at 7 o'clock. Thanks again for being here at Rivers Street Ale House. We'll continue with more Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after this.
Mountaineer fans, did you know UNC Health Caldwell proudly serves the High Country by providing services like women's health, primary and urgent care, cancer care, spine care, neurology, and interventional pulmonology? When you or a loved one receives care at UNC Health Caldwell, count on compassionate, patient-centered care from a skilled team of healthcare providers. For more information on healthcare services from Blowing Rock to Hickory, visit caldwellmemorial.org.
Window World, America's largest exterior remodeler and the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics, provides exceptional quality windows, siding, doors, and more. They are headquartered right here in North Carolina and have enhanced over 100,000 homes across over 30 counties for over 25 years. Improving your largest investment with energy-efficient products and creating amazing curb appeal is what they do best. From the High Country to the Triad and Catawba Valley to Asheville and beyond, call, click, or visit Window World, the official exterior remodeler of App State Athletics today.
When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan, when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
The fans came out today, David.
That's right, Gabe. Big games mean bigger tailgates.
Check out that Ford F-150 truck, a championship caliber performance.
Oh, flawless execution, Gabe. Smart, powerful, and with available Pro Power on board, F-150 just took this tailgate over the top.
Game on, David. For the latest offers on Ford F-150, go to buyfordnow.com to see your Carolina Ford dealer today. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. We want to hear from you as well. Tweet us using the hashtag Mountaineer Talk. Now, let's head back to your host, Adam Witten.
We are with you until 7 o'clock as we continue on with Mountaineer Talk here on the App State Sports Network. Thanks to Dowell Loggains for joining us earlier in the program. Now we're going to get into our player guests from the offensive line. Please give it up for Will Flowers. How you doing, man?
Doing good. Happy to be here.
Let's get you turned up there a little bit more. There we go. All right.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Doing good. Happy
Take
to be
two.
here.
Yeah. All right. 6-year senior. transferred in from Valdosta, where he was a D2 All-American before that at ETSU. But you're from Loggains, Georgia. So how excited are you to go back and play a game in the state of Georgia this weekend?
I'm fired up. I got a lot of friends and family coming. I know a lot of guys on the team do. So we're hoping to bring enough energy.
Are there anybody that you played with that's on Georgia State's roster?
Being a sixth year, I did know a lot of people, but they're getting up and gone
They're
now.
getting up and gone, and you're still hanging
But
out.
no, I did. I had a lot of people from my hometown go play there. So.
Yeah. Okay. So we visited with you on our Media Day show, and we got to know you a little bit more. I'm gonna bring back a few of those questions for the audience that didn't get a chance to catch that. But tell us about why App State was such a good fit for you when you came from Valdosta.
I think being at ETSU when I was younger, I started hearing a lot about App State and what they've been doing, and even when I was in high school when they were nationally ranked and winning everything. So you kind of just know the culture that's here, and my dad, even before we came up and visited, I think he had a gut feeling. He was like, I think you're really going to like it up there, and everything was as advertised, and so I'm glad.
That's good. I'm glad. So far now into the season, and now you've experienced your first home games at the Rock. How does it compare to what you imagined it would be?
I can't compare it to anything. It was the best thing that I've ever been involved in a football game. I mean, from before the game till the very end, it was crazy, and I think I fed off that. And, I didn't have words to describe it. I told Coach, I was like, man, this is new for me as a 6th year.
Yeah, okay. Have you always been a center?
Not the last couple of years I have, but, growing up, I was trying to get anywhere. If I could get on the bus, left guard, right guard. So I moved around a bunch when I was young, but I found a home at center.
Yeah, no doubt. Okay, but when did you start playing football, right? It wasn't that early.
It wasn't that early. I did all the young stuff, and then I wasn't playing. I was playing baseball, and then junior year of high school was when I started playing O-line.
Okay.
Started playing football for real. So.
Junior year of high school, you started playing O-line, and you got to the point where you could play in college.
It was. That's thankfully I was in Loggains, Georgia. There was so much talent in the area, so you had to go against some dudes and young. And I really was like, I want to play at the next level, and it was. It was a struggle to get there, but we found a home.
I mean, you were a good baseball player, though. Why did you choose football over baseball? We're glad you did, but why did you choose football over baseball?
I did. I love playing baseball, but it gets to a point where you're thinking your only opportunities are going to be JUCO, and then I hated getting out and having to wait. So you playing football, you mess something up, you're about to go again in 20 seconds. So I think that really made me fall in love with it, and having friends that were going to the next level, it became I really wanted to go play college football.
Yeah, you get a few more snaps in college football than you do at bats in a baseball
I know,
game.
it's frustrating.
Yeah, but you hit over 400 your senior year. I mean, you were pretty good.
I can swing it a little bit. I can swing it.
Yeah. Okay. Before we talk about football, I also want to ask you about golf, because you had a high moment on the golf course back in the spring, right? Can you tell us about that?
That's right. Me and Noah Gillen, number 11, we took down a good amount of people on the team. We pretty much hammered them in a scramble.
In like a team golf scramble, right?
It was kind of O-line, tight end, quarterback. It was kind of an offensive thing, but really ran away with it early.
Okay. And how much did you contribute to it? Like, where were in the scramble? Everybody's got a role. It's like football. Everyone's got a role on the team. Some people are the ones that bomb it off the tee. Some people are making the putts. What was your role in the scramble?
It was morale.
So nothing to do with the club.
I played the music, gave some fist bumps to Noah. That's my guy. I love Noah. He's gonna be a hell of a football player.
How do you read the vibes when it comes to Noah? I mean, knowing the right music to play on the golf course, how do you read those vibes?
Well, you gotta know what you are as a golfer. So you gotta bring other levels of expertise. So I take a lot of pride in the little things of golf.
Yeah,
so that's been over the years.
Okay. Speaking of pride, what do you take pride in the most as a football player? Like, what gives you the most joy that you get to do on the football field?
I think just taking control. As a offensive lineman, we want to play 5 guys through one set of eyes. We want to be able to have Coach Loggains have faith in us as a play caller. When you can move people off the ball, it opens up everything for them. So we take pride in leading, and pretty much everybody say, okay, we need the offensive line to put the game on their back. We want people to have faith in us to do that.
I'm not going to ask you to speak for the entire offensive line, but I'm going to ask you to speak for the entire offensive line. What grade would you give the O-line through the first 5 games?
That varies. I think we're getting better every week. think we've dealt with some challenges early on through
some
injuries,
Yep.
some injuries and whatnot. But I think I'll just say I think we're resilient. I think we get better every week. I think you got a group of guys that love each other, that want to do it right every day. Our leader, Coach Mo, man, he just instills it in us, man. Just keep going. It's not going away. Everyday practice, we want to go out there and set the tone. So
Yeah.
I don't think we played our best football yet, and I'm excited because we got another opportunity this weekend to do that.
Okay, I want to ask you more about Coach Mo, your offensive line coach, because I want to get into more about his attitude and just his energy and intensity that he brings every single day. But we're going to take a time out real quick. First, while we know you're enjoying your time here at River Street Ale House, make sure you also check out Town Tavern Blowing Rock for a great dining experience. They're open for lunch, dinner, and later have 19 flat screen TVs to catch the games. They also boast the largest outdoor dining area in the High Country. So make sure you stop by Town Tavern Blowing Rock on your next trip to the High Country. Stay tuned. We've got more with Will Flowers from River Street Ale House as we roll along with Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge after these messages.
Takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers.
On game day, there's nothing like tailgating, touchdowns, and Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Twisted Tea goes down smooth and tastes like real iced tea because it's made with real fruit tea. Cool, refreshing, and a 5% kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Covering App State University takes the strongest wireless service in the area. With Carolina West Wireless, Mountaineers get the most reliable coverage on campus and across the country with our award-winning high-speed nationwide network. We offer the latest devices and technology at a great value with an exceptional local customer service experience that you deserve. Try us risk-free for 30 days. Carolina West Wireless is proud to be the official wireless provider of the Mountaineers. Mountaineer football is back, which means it's time to fire up those grills and tailgate. The grilling experts at Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy would like to remind you of a few helpful tips when heading out to your cookout this season. Remember that it's okay to bring your own sauces. Always expect the grill master to provide the meat, but bring your own sides and beverages. And last but not least, do not touch the grill. For more grilling tips and to learn more about Appalachian Energy and G&B Energy Tailgater of the Year content, visit us at gbenergy.com.
River Street Ale House. Great Wednesday night crowd as the Mountaineers get set for another conference game coming up on Saturday against Georgia State down in Atlanta. We're visiting with Georgia native and center on the offensive line, Will Flowers. All right, I mentioned before the break, I want to ask you more about your offensive line coach, Alan Mogridge, Coach Mo. How do you describe his intensity and energy that he brings day after day?
It really is day after day. The first time I met him when I came on my visit in January, he had just such an energy and passion, and this is what I want to do. I want you to do it with me. And you don't know how sustainable that is, but that guy has been the same guy every day that I've been here. And, it's a guy you want to fight for. Yeah.
All right, couple of Facebook questions I want to ask you. This is from Jeff. What's your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal? I got to go, when I was a kid, even the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I don't know if it's good for you, but it's unreal.
It's so good. Yeah, there's a saying that if you buy a box one night, it's not making it till 10 a.m.
You don't even need the milk. You can just
toss it. Yeah, you don't need the milk. Yep, exactly. Okay, I like that. Do you have like a certain meal that you have to eat? I mean, I know you guys get meals that you're eating with the team before every night, but any certain foods that you have to eat like on a game day for breakfast or night before?
I've been pretty consistent with the steaks, the Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So it'll be like Friday you get the ribeye sort of, and then Saturday it's more the sirloin, Chick-fil-A style. But that's kind of been pretty consistent.
Get some of that Goddard Family Farms beef.
You know what I mean? I'll give me one steak and some carbs.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated.
Love
That's the
that. I love that. Okay. All right, next question from Neil. What other sports, if any, did you play in high school?
So, yeah, for me.
We know baseball, but any others?
It was just baseball and football for me. Our basketball team was pretty good, so that ruled me out for there. So
Okay. Yeah.
But it was just those two.
If there was another position on the field that you'd want to play, what would it be?
For football?
For football, yeah.
I don't want to play on the D-line, man. That's easy living. Just
easy living on the D-line?
No, I'm just
Why
kidding.
is that easy living?
We gotta think a lot harder. But I love those boys up front too. They're absolute dogs.
Plus they rotate a lot more.
Yeah,
they don't play as many snaps.
I'm out there. I'd go out there and try to rush the hell out the passer and just put my head down. But no, I got so much respect for those guys. Our defensive front, those are some legit dudes.
Yeah. Did you play? Did you ever try your hand in any other positions? I know you didn't start till your junior year of high school, but did you ever try your hand in any other positions in high school?
I played some sparingly D-line when we could, but I was still, once we decided I was going to try and go play college, and I had a lot of learning to do about offensive line before I could even get to that level. So I did most O-line.
Okay. What do you enjoy doing outside of football? Especially up here when you got a lot of options.
Up here, man, we love being outside. Really anything with the guys, if we're playing cornhole, if we're just hanging out, we'll go see a movie. You go down to the parkway, you got some pretty great views. We all pull our trucks up.
Mm-hmm.
You got fishing.
A lot of options.
Just moon. You just go outside, you find some people and see what's going on.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time.
Who's the person in that offensive line room that kind of ties it all together? Like who would you say is like the glue guy that says everyone looks to this person to kind of set the tone of what the meeting or the practice is going to be like?
Yeah, man, I think we all look to Jaden Ramsey. I mean, he's an apt guy. 5 years here. I mean, he's fought through some serious stuff to be where he's at now, and he's just consistent, man. He's a great player. He's a great person. I think he gels it all together.
Yeah. How much we asked you what your experience was like at the Rock, but it's fourth quarter, right? And everyone's tired. It's coming down to just a few plays in that game. How much did you guys feed off of that crowd late in the game against Oregon State?
All of it. I mean, that was the main reason. I mean, that energy was like you said, it was something I hadn't felt before. Obviously you saw how the defense responded in that fourth quarter and won us the game.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I think that went hand in hand.
What was that locker room like after the game?
It was lit. We needed it. Especially going into some serious Sun Belt play now. Coming together in that locker room and, all making a decision like, hey, we're going to bring it next week and the week after that because this team wants to win. And we know we got the talent to do that and the people in the building that can do that.
I know not everything in that locker room after a win gets on video, but who's showing off the best dance moves during a celebration in the winning locker room?
Ooh.
Coaches or players or both?
Coaches, as you know, Coach Mark Spear, he brings the juice.
Yes, he does.
Off it, we do the chants, and Coach Spear's got so much energy. You just want to be around him. And then once you get into the locker room, you got the Juice Man, Miles Farmer, Jordan Favors, and then everybody. I mean, I think we got a pretty talented team when it comes to dancing.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, we are looking forward to seeing how things go on Saturday. I know you're going to have a lot of friends and family in attendance, along with a lot of other App State fans this weekend. So thanks for spending some time with us, man.
Appreciate you having me.
Will Flowers joining us on the program. We'll switch over to defense with Zyeir Gamble when we return to River Street Ale House for more of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge after this.
Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing. Environmental, construction materials testing, and special inspections consulting firm based in Hickory. Maintaining pace with the latest technology and developments allows us to provide cost-effective services. The high number of returning clients reflect their confidence in our staff and our ability to provide quality results. Visit us at cvet.net to learn more. Catawba Valley Engineering and Testing is a proud partner of App State Athletics.
Insurance shouldn't be with auto owners insurance. It's different. Visit granite's.com to get started today. That's insurance.com.
Let's get nutty with Hampton Farms. There's nothing like the roar of the crowd, the thrill of the play, and the satisfying crack of fresh in-shell peanuts. From the first kickoff to the final whistle, Hampton Farms Peanuts keeps your energy high and your taste buds happy. Join the celebration of college football with every delicious crunch. Perfect for sharing with friends, tailgating outside the stadium, or cheering on the Mountaineers from your couch. Mountaineer football is here, so grab a bag in the stadium or at your local grocery store in the produce department and savor the game one peanut at a time.
Attention all Mountaineer fans, is your tailgate getting boring? Do you need to add some fun back into your food? Look no further than Lowe's Foods. We're here to entertain your appetite with something different for your grill. From our Sausage Works, fresh fried chicken and wings from our chicken kitchen, and local craft beer from our beer den. Stop by our location on East King Street on the way to the game and let us do the prep work for your tailgate. Pick and Prep has homemade salsa and guacamole just like you would make. Lowe's Foods, the hometown grocer, proud to sponsor your hometown team.
Welcome back to Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge. Now, back to River Street Ale House and the voice of the Mountaineers, Adam Witten.
Back to the show. It is Mountaineer Talk here on a Wednesday night. Glad everybody's here with us in person at Ale House. We're here every Wednesday at 6 o'clock during the football season. And everybody listening and watching us on the App State Sports Network, if you missed our show tonight or you want to just catch up on something you missed from earlier, you can check us out on the Nothing But an App State podcast feed. You can find that wherever you enjoy your podcasts. This segment of our show is brought to you by Alumni Hall, the official online store of App State Athletics. Shop the best selection of App State apparel, hats, gear by visiting Alumni Hall on King Street or alumnihall.com. Earn $10 in Hall cash rewards for every $150 you spend. Alumni Hall, the ultimate Mountaineer shopping destination. Another great option where you can find your gold outfit for next Saturday. Homecoming is officially a gold out for the homecoming game against Coastal Carolina next Saturday. So everybody, wear gold for the homecoming game next week. All right, let's give it up for our next player guest from the defensive backfield. Say hi to Zyeir Gamble. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you for being on the show. One of the heroes on the defense caught the interception at the end of the game that sealed the victory. How did that feel in that moment?
It felt great. Juan just put a big hit on him, and I know like the crowd was already in it because we got the goal line stop. So the crowd was in it, and when I finally caught the ball, the crowd was just super loud in there, so it felt great.
Yeah, all right. I have several questions about that play. First, have you ever seen a hit like that? How many hits have you seen better than that one that he made?
Not too many. For that moment, that was probably like the biggest hit that I've seen that I was a part of.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you saw it. Did you see the ball immediately? Like, take us into when you saw where the ball was going, and then, you bobbled it a little bit, and then when you finally were able to control it. Take us through from when the hit happened to when the ball finally got into your hands.
So on that play, I seen 7. He was at 3, and he was just coming across. Quarterback had his eyes on him, so I was just kind of following him a little bit because I know he was high in targets. Then he throwed it. Then Juan finally came and just smacked him. And then, like, the ball just came. Like, I kind of tipped it with my left hand a little bit, and then that's when I started trying to grab it.
How hard was it to control the ball? Because, you're playing with your right hand wrapped.
Yep.
And you're trying. That's not easy to catch a ball when that's happening. How tough was it to control the ball?
It was a little tough, but, adversity, it's all good. So once I finally could grab it with my 2 hands, then I could have pretty much grabbed it.
Okay. At any point, did you think, I can go score?
Yeah, I could have go score. I looked up at the screen, and I seen they had no timeouts left, so I just know if I would have go down, the game would have been over.
Wait a minute. You had that. That's impressive is why I'm stopping for a second, because you had the presence of mind in that moment to realize and check, they don't have any timeouts. I can end the game if I go down. Because that happened so quickly, but you were able to figure all that out in that very short amount of time?
Before the play, I remember Rondo got the sack.
Yep.
So it was just, I know they used their last timeout. So after that, I know once I caught the ball, I could have go out of bounds, slide, anything.
What was it like then coming over to the sideline, or not even coming over to the sideline, but how would you describe the way that you were embraced and the way that play was celebrated, knowing that you had just clinched the game?
Yeah, the fans was like amazing. I barely when people was coming to talk to me, I barely could hear them. They would just kind of hit me upside the head. I couldn't hear nothing they was saying.
I love that. How would you describe overall what that atmosphere was like in, compared to any other game that you've played in? And look, we sell out every game now at the Rock, but that fourth quarter energy, that had to be unmatched. How would you compare that to other fourth quarters and atmospheres that you've seen since you've been playing here?
That was just great football. And Boone, they love good football, so the crowd would be in it. It was just amazing, just to be in that atmosphere. Kid Brewer Stadium it's pretty good, so it was loud, everything.
Yeah. I know you were feeling like you had to try to get one back, right? Because you had a chance at an interception earlier in the game. Were you thinking throughout the game, I got to find another way to get one?
Yeah, after the play a little bit, I was kind of beat myself up. But as DB, you have to have short-term memory. We're going to get beat sometimes. Things going to happen. So I just know I had to shake that play off and go back to the next play, and that's what happened.
Yeah, and then I'll ask you a similar question that I asked Will. What was that locker room like after the game?
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. Coming off those 2 L's that we had, it was kind of, trying to get back on track. But after a good win like that and hard-fought football, it was fun after that.
Coach Loggains mentioned earlier in the show that the energy from the crowd all the way through helped in a lot of ways because the travel and everything coming back from Boise, you get back late. It's a long way to come back. You push back your schedule a little bit during the week. How much did it help? Were you guys tired that week going into the game? And then how much was that energy from the stadium needed?
It was needed a lot. We had 2 away games at the Boise and the Southern Miss game, so it felt good. It felt like we ain't had a home game in forever.
Yeah.
So when we got back home, we had to put on a good show for the crowd. It was pretty good.
Yeah, man, that was a lot of fun. A nail biter for sure, but the way it ended up, that was a lot of fun. All right, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to come back with one more segment with Zyeir Gamble. If you've got questions for him in our last few minutes of our show, go ahead and get them in now. Hashtag Mountaineer Talk on Twitter, mountaineertalk@gmail.com, text line 828-278-9850, or leave a comment in our Facebook live stream. We'll continue with more from River Street Ale House, more of Mountaineer Talk presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge right after this.
Football season when I becomes we, and we live every day for Saturdays. Well, and a couple of Thursdays. It's when The Rock is the loudest place on planet Earth, and every fan in the high country reaches for delicious Pepsi all season long. Pepsi picks us up so we can tailgate longer and cheer louder. It refreshes so we can always be a winning, a grinning, and a feeling fine. So grab a Pepsi and roll Nears, proud sponsor of App State football.
When you think of winning plays, what comes to mind? An unforgettable day in Ann Arbor, Michigan when a blocked kick made 107,000 fall silent, or a tipped Hail Mary turned into a touchdown. These moments are woven into the storied history of App State football. And just like those plays, Blue Ridge Energy knows a thing or two about making winning moves. We're here to power your life with the resources your family needs, offering savings, quick response times, and a reliability rating of over 99%. At Blue Ridge Energy, we've got the game plan to keep you and your loved ones energized.
For over 54 years, Greystone Eye's mission has been to preserve the gift of sight and improve lives one patient at a time. Their highly trained team of 15 board-certified ophthalmologists and optometrists include 8 fellowship-trained subspecialists. They provide the Lincolnton, Hickory, Lenore, and Boone communities with the highest quality eye care possible. So no matter where or how you're viewing the game, Greystone Eye has you covered. Schedule your visit at 828-322-2050 or at greystone.com.
James River Equipment is your full-service John Deere dealer dedicated to a full line of residential, commercial, agriculture, construction, and forestry products in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. With local locations in Wilkesboro, Newton, Statesville, and throughout the Carolinas and Virginia, James River Equipment is right around the corner and there for you. For more information, visit jamesriverequipment.com today.
2:30 down in Atlanta, Mountaineers and Panthers Sun Belt Conference football. We're visiting with Zyeir Gamble from the defensive backfield. I want to get to these questions from our audience that were also in there from Will. One of the questions was, what is your favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal, probably when I was younger, Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
I mean, it's undefeated. It really is. I think that would be my answer as well. And then the other one we also asked Will is, what other sports, if any, did you play in high school?
I played basketball, ran a little track, but I was kind of banged up during the track season all the time.
Okay.
So it was just basketball, track, and football.
Basketball, track. How good were you at basketball?
I was pretty good. Going into like my 10th grade year, I kind of started like slowing down from basketball a little bit, starting to just focus on football.
Yeah. All right. If you were putting together a starting five amongst your teammates for basketball,
okay,
who would you put on the squad?
Okay. Of course, me, I'm going at the one.
Okay.
2, got to go Chris Lawson. I played with him a few.
Okay.
Going at the 3.
I mean, are we going J.J. Cole just for the size? I mean,
got to go A.J. Swan. He's a good shooter.
Ooh,
good shooter.
Okay.
4,
he's like a stretch 4 type of player. Yeah.
We had a run and he was shooting from deep.
Okay.
Kind of like half court.
Okay.
Number 4, I want to put J.J. in there. Have to go Will Fowles.
Will Fowles. Very offense heavy, other than you.
Yep.
Okay.
And 5, got to go J. Ram. J. Ram's probably.
Really?
Yeah, he's a good.
Jaden Ramsey.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
So you're the only guy on defense on this team.
I haven't seen too many of my defense as I remember, but I just remember those.
Okay. All right. I like that. That's a good starting 5. No Coach Al.
No Coach Al.
I say that because he was the star of that video that they put out for when you guys played over at the indoor practice facility.
Yes, sir.
All right, last question for you. This is also from our Facebook stream. What words of wisdom do you have for high schoolers wanting to play at the college level?
Words of wisdom. Just keep going. You got to work hard. Don't look at like anybody else's path. Just stay in your lane because all our paths are different. Some people could be getting the offers early that you want, and yours could come later. So just keep working. Do everything in your power that you can control to become better every day. And stay on your grades. You got to be on your grades.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the main thing. I should have said first, stay on your grades.
Yeah, sure.
And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then anything unique about your story of committing to App?
I know they played great football here. I heard about it before when I was in high school, just a little bit. And then when they finally offered me, I just know it was a great football school. I came up here on a visit. Never really been to the mountains before.
Mm-hmm.
They told me how cold it got and everything. So when I came up here, it was a beautiful day. It was kind of hot outside.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came, I just know it was probably a place for me.
Yeah. And then when you experience days like this past Saturday, you realize, oh, yeah, this is better than I could have imagined.
Yes, sir.
Zyeir Gamble, man. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Got to be careful of that. Don't want to re-injure anything. All right, man. We look forward to seeing you guys ball out on Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Thanks to Zyeir. Thank you to Will Flowers. Thank you to Dowell Loggains. And thank you to all of you for being here tonight and for listening and watching wherever you happen to be. App State and Georgia State coming up on Saturday, 3:30 kickoff. 1:30 is our pregame on the App State Sports Network. And then we'll be right back here next Wednesday night at 6 o'clock for another edition of Mountaineer Talk. Have a great night.
Mountaineer Talk, presented by UNC Health Blue Ridge on the App State Sports Network. Tonight's show has been brought to you by Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate. Hey, Mountaineers! Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate is the official realtor of App State Athletics and the #1 real estate company in the Carolinas. Call Howard Hanna Allen Tate Real Estate today for all your real estate needs. Pepsi. Grab a Pepsi and some friends and get in the game. Pepsi, the official soft drink of your App State Mountaineers. And by UNC Health Blue Ridge, moving healthcare forward. The proceeding is a presentation of the App State Sports Network.